I saw all these tweets about it yesterday. So I went and watched what John Paul Morosi said. And to me, it did not feel like a report. It felt like a guy who is a reporter, and he is plugged in, but almost saying that he thinks the Cardinals could or should be involved in the shortstop market. Now, I'm sure that they've kicked the tires on a lot of these guys. I still think catcher is your number one target. And I'm not going to lie, this is where I did read some tweets yesterday. And I have to admit, I'm with a lot of these people who are not loving the idea of, in my opinion, overpaying for Dansby Swanson after a career year when you look at him and his career OPS plus is below league average. And to me, when you do that, this feels like Mike Leake, Dexter Fowler, Steven Matz, in my opinion. When you pay a ton of money for a dude who's slightly above league average, the second that dude comes down to league average, you're now paying him a huge salary when, in many cases, your young guy coming up can give you that same type of production. Now, he's a good player. He had a good year last year. But are you going to pay this dude off a career year? I mean, he was an all-star. He was 12th in the MVP. He won a Gold Glove. I'm not saying he's not a fine player, but he's coming off a career year, and he's been in the bigs for 7 years. And his career OPS plus is 95. That's 5 points below league average.
I like his name, though.
He's 28,
I love his name.
too. You know, if you sign him to, what, a 4 or 5 year deal, then you get into that danger zone where sometimes you get diminishing returns. His WAR last year was 5.7.
It was good.
And what was Tommy Edmonds' WAR last year? I'm just saying.
I bet you it was similar.
Yeah, because Tommy had a great WAR last season. I just don't remember the number. Let's see. 6.4. Better than Dansby. So you understand. I know people don't like to hear it, but when they say, hey, we like Tommy Edman at shortstop, I think he'll be a Gold Glover there, or in the running for Gold Glove. He'll be excellent defensively. The question is, what will you get out of second base? You have Donovan, you have Gorman over there. So if they don't go in the deep water with one of the big-ticket guys, I just hope those resources are put somewhere else, because I'll say it again. I was wrong what the Cardinals' priority would be, because clearly it's a catcher, or so they say. My priority would be to get a big fat bat.
A big
Fat
old
bat.
Fat bat. By the
Fatty.
way, just to compare. So Dansby Swanson, 95 career OPS plus. Trey Turner, who just signed for $300 million, is career 122. He's 27% better for his entire career offensively than Dansby Swanson. And Carlos Correa, who's also going to get a huge contract, but he's been going with these shorter deals with options, but still, he's 129 career OPS plus. He's 34% better when you're looking at league average than Dansby Swanson. So to me, you had Correa, you had Turner. Those are the studs. Those are the guys I would pay for. And I just worry about paying that mid guy. I worry about paying that mid guy who's just slightly above. He's coming off a great year. Mm-hmm. He's going to be overpaid. He's a champion with the Braves. And all of a sudden, he just falls back a little bit. And next thing you know, you're paying a league average shortstop, what, $20 million a year. And we're all going to be complaining about that. Yep. We're all going to be complaining about that.
Kyle chimed in, goes, along with Leak, Fowler, Cecil, the Swanson deal has an air of Jason Hayward about it, especially after his substandard second half, and stats heavily buoyed by his June, in which he was 55% above league average, the Kyle dog.
Yeah, I don't really care if a guy had one bad month or, I take the package as
We've
it
all
is.
seen
and
that.
He's been a good...
Goldschmidt had a bad month.
He's been a good hitter. He would be an upgrade if you can get him and keep Tommy at second. But for what price? And can those resources be used better elsewhere? That's why... And Trey Turner's a different animal. Plus, he has speed. He has power and speed. He can do a lot of things that Dansby Swanson can't.